In overcoming our fears, we can move forward stronger and wiser within ourselves. XXXTentacion was unlike something I've ever personally seen in hip-hop or any form of music to this day. This guy was an enigma that honestly, when he was bursting onto the scene, the world or the music industry wasn't ready for him at all, being honest. Welcome to the channel where we learn from everybody and everything that we see or hear. So randomly, the other day I saw a video by a channel called XLNS Music, and they had a video titled Why the Music Industry Feared Michael Jackson. And I was scratching my head trying to figure out a good list of musicians that were feared by the music industry so I could make a video on it. And the first person that immediately stuck out in my head was XXXTentacion. First and foremost, RPX man, and not to get too personal, but X was literally my favorite artist for a long time. In the years prior to his unfortunate death, I listened to him all the time, probably too much. I just remember hearing I'm Sipping Tea in Your Hood in like sophomore history class, and I just remember thinking, man, this song has so much bass in it.
Yo, no, I'm posting on the roof running Joe.
But I loved it, strangely enough. And even more, I just really enjoyed the man's personality and energy. He just was so unfiltered and prolific at times, but really goofy at others. He really helped me with high school and life in general. So for that, I just wanted to say thanks, X. But to why you guys clicked this video, XXXTentacion chose that name meaning the unknown temptation, and that he was indeed. You take a look at X's rise to fame, and it was definitely a little unprecedented at the time. I just want to take you through a quick timeline of X's brief but up and down music career. In March 2014, X would upload his first track to SoundCloud titled Vice City. Then in the following year, he creates what would become the very popular and well-known collective Members Only, with Ski Mask the Slump God, of course. But this is where it gets weird and kind of unprecedented. X is dealing with legal woes. Everybody knows this. He's arrested on charges of home invasion and aggravated battery at this time. Then a month later, he uploads Look at Me, and it blows up, like seriously blows up. It gets X a ton of opportunities and accolades, such as Look at Me entering the Billboard Hot 100. And he earns himself a spot in the 2017 XXL's annual freshman class. And did I mention that this guy isn't even 20 yet? Just crazy. While he had a core fan base of listeners over at SoundCloud, the world was hearing Look at Me everywhere and trying to figure out who is this guy taking over the hip hop landscape. I personally remember this era very vividly. I could not go anywhere without hearing this song. And mind you, at the time, the song didn't even have a video to it, and it was still going this crazy. Utter madness. Then he would drop his first studio album, the album incorporated in this thumbnail titled 17. Honestly, I thought this thin, just an overall great body of work, man. Chef's kiss. Along the way, he would face a ton of backlash after his ex-girlfriend went in depth about her and X's relationship and how X treated her during the end of their relationship. Then X would actually release a video for the overdue track Look at Me and get a ton of hate and attention. And notice that's a common thing in his career history. He would get a bunch of hate for what would happen in the later end of that Look at Me video. This was one of the first instances of where I would say the music industry was sabotaging X. I just remember feeling like it was an absurd amount of hate, and I honestly think some of that was pushed by narratives, by media outlets, and the music industry. Then a month later, X would sign a whopping $6 million deal with Capitol Music Group's Caroline. A year later, X would drop his second album titled Question Mark, or just Question, depends on who you ask. I guess that's the real question. And this would earn him his first ever #1 album. Then that same month in March of 2018, an old video would resurface of X seemingly hitting a girl, which made X look horrible. And to remind you guys, his public image wasn't exactly sparkling at this time. X's lawyer would say that the victim admitted that the video was made in jest, and it was only after she told her grandparents how much money Jase was worth that her story changed. It's obvious that she wants money. It's obvious that every single allegation she has made is a complete and utter lie. Again, I don't know if this girl was paid off to slander X or she just wanted personal things, but it just felt like sabotage to me then, and I still have a lot of questions about it to this day. The biggest reason I believe the music industry was afraid of X would be this situation. In 2018, Spotify will remove X's music from its curated playlist. They removed Sad from the Spotify playlist despite it being in the Hot 100 top 10 at number 7 a month and a half ago. If that's not fear accompanied by sabotage, I'm not entirely sure what is. Not too long after this, X would leave this world in the way we all know about, and still gets me really upset to this day. It's so sad and so unfortunate. I'm sorry that happened to you, X. Just uncalled for. But I made this video to not be negative or sad. I kind of just wanted to talk about one of my favorite artists, and I never really had the opportunity to, because I didn't have this channel when X was doing his thing. But I made this video for people to agree, not agree. It's fine, you know. I feel like X would be cool with whatever reaction to what you guys thought about him, you know, as long as you felt it was justified, you know. But yeah, I made this video to him not really being at the forefront of the rap or music scene in general until he took it over. So I just felt like it was easy for them to try to dust him off and act like he wasn't as influential as he was at the time that we all knew he was, you know. But everything I said in the video was opinion. So you could say you hate my opinion, you don't like my opinion, or you like my opinion and you love my opinion, whatever. It would be cool if you say it in the comment section, because we can talk about it, you know. We can get to the root of it, you know, regardless of what it is, right? You know, I'm not mad either way. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool either way. I'm fine. I'm content with this video. Or if you guys want to talk about X, you know, we can gush over X, talk about the good times, the great times, you know. I'm always down for that any day of the week. Yeah, we can talk about him, you know, how much we love the guy. We can do that anytime. Yeah, so if you made this far into the video, I'm extremely grateful. Y'all know what to do. Thank you guys again for tuning in this video. And before I leave, here's some wise words from the man of the hour.
I'm living my whole goal throughout the human race, for that matter, is to watch everybody evolve. You know what I'm saying? For the human race in itself, or the human mind, to evolve, because that's the whole process from birth. From you're 1 year old, all you do is evolve. The more you're able to do, the more power you have. Knowledge is power. They don't want you to have knowledge at this point in time. That's why the New World Order is here. That's why they have all these fucking distractions to keep you from enlightening yourself. Self-enlightenment is the key. I can't say too much. I won't say too much.
Right.
To get myself into some shit. But self-enlightenment is a key. I'm only gonna say anything that goes around the Buddhist way of life. You get what I'm saying? I relevate it towards that because that's already out there, so nobody can come target me for something that's already out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Buddhist way of life teaches you, you get what I'm saying? That there's alright, the more you dwell into the human mind, right? You understand that there are different realms of thought, right? There are 9 dimensions. So when we go all the way down to Egyptian times, right? I want you to look, like, even let's even relevate the current currency of the US, right? We're currently in the United States, correct? Where is the pyramid? Where are the pyramids?
In Africa.
In Africa, right? So why is the African pyramid on the US currency if it has nothing to do with the United States? Why is it?
It's a good point.
Nobody. So when you think about the all-seeing eye and the pyramid on the back, right? And I'm gonna explain this in a less controversial way. You know what I'm saying? To not get myself into some shit. I'll explain it in a simple way that's not gonna get anybody fucking riled up. The eye on the top of the top of the pyramid, right, is what they call ideally the third eye. I don't want to dwell into that too much, but the third eye ideally is the human mind. So the more you think about it, the way to get yourself up the pyramid scheme is to use your fucking brain, bro.